Okay. All right, so come down onto your back.
I have to say, I want to continue now that it's being recorded. Okay. There we go. Oh, the green leaves on the blue sky.
Isn't it so pretty?
Yes.
Charlie was supposed to take the kids away this morning, and I was gonna do class outside.
Uh-huh.
But then he didn't end up taking them away, and it's wet out, so it all worked out. But I was looking forward to it. All right, let's start off with the left legs all the way down, right knee into the chest. Let's give it a little squeeze, and then grab the insole of the right foot and find your half happy baby. Press the left hip down. And then extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. Press through the heel. The leg can come back towards the head, just using the leg and core muscles. Finding a stretch in the right hamstring. Now we're going to clasp the hands behind the head. Keep finding that stretch in the right leg. We're going to press the left heel down, so the left glute might engage a little bit, and then start to roll up head and shoulders into a little crunch. So head is reaching for right leg is reaching for the head. Inhale to release everything down, and then exhale, left knee into the chest. Give it a little squeeze. Starting to find your half happy baby. Left hand to the left foot or calf, and then right hand onto the right hip as you press it down. Now let's extend the left leg up. Pull it back and find your stretch. And then hands clasped behind the head. Press into the right heel. Start to lift the head and the shoulders up. Inhale, release your head down. Exhale to lift the right leg up. We're going to point the toes, maybe just finding a little stretch in the fronts of the ankles, and then we're going to bring the legs wide. Keep the belly engaged. Exhale, we're going to cross left ankle in front of the right, open wide, and then right in front of left. So we'll do that a few more times back and forth. The next time your ankles cross, you're going to uncross them, keep the legs pointing upward. We're going to lower the legs down about halfway. And then we're going to do that same thing, legs wide, cross the other way. Keep your focus on your low belly. Last round. Let's bring both legs up. Let's grab the big toes or the arches. Find your happy baby. Maybe scoot the hips to the left and then to the right. Let the inner thighs relax and then extend the legs up, straight up towards the ceiling. We'll come into some leg lifts. So you can do these one at a time, inhaling to lower the left leg and then exhaling to lift. Inhaling to lower the right leg. Exhale, really using the core to lift up. Or you could do both legs. Down and up. Knees can be bent. You can go all the way down, halfway down, a quarter of the way down. Two more. Okay, now let's find a little bend in the knees. This time we're gonna roll the pelvis into the belly. So where the knees are gonna come towards the shoulders, tailbone is gonna lift, but we're again focusing on the belly. So deep breath in, and then exhale to roll up. Inhale, slowly coming back down. Exhale, lift. Keeping control of the lift and the lower. One more. And then we'll bring the feet flat, hips down. Let's bring the feet a little wider than hip width distance. Let's turn the toes outward just a bit so that they're tracing the same line as your knees. And then we'll start to lift up tailbone first as you press down into the low back, and then low back, mid back. And some of the upper back can all lift as well. Keep the tailbone long, low back long. And from here, we're going to start to find some little pulses. So lowering down just maybe 4 or 5 inches, and then exhale, lift back up. Always keeping the low back long. See if you can relax your neck and shoulders. Really focusing on the glutes here. 5 more. And then releasing all the way down. We're going to cross right ankle over the left knee. Pull the left thigh in. Stretching through the outer right hip and glute. And then we'll switch. Left over right and pull in. And let's release out. Let's bring the legs long, arms alongside the ears, and then we'll roll up or roll over to the side and push up. Across the ankles, roll forward onto hands and knees. Start to move through cat-cow or any other movements that feel good here. And then stepping hands forward to plank. Let's take a few breaths stretching through the calves, pressing into the hands and flexing the feet. And then coming to a more neutral position. On your exhale, let's lower down halfway. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, down dog. So in your down dog, knees can bend as much as you need to lift the tailbone up and feel a nice stretch in the backs of the legs. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower down all the way, nice and slow. Let's bring forehead to the mat. Tops of the feet press down until the knees lift. And then lift the crown of the head and the chest. Start to press the elbows back towards the wall behind you. Squeeze the inner arms towards the side body. On your next inhale, let's lift the right leg. Keep pressing down into the left foot. Now let's release, right leg down, forehead down. We're gonna slide the right knee over to the right side. So let it bend and reach out to the side. And then you can lift up onto forearms and see if you can find a little stretch here in the inner thigh. And then we'll slide back down, leg back, press into the feet, lift the knees, lift the head, lift the chest. Elbows press back, inner arms squeeze towards the side body. Now let's lift the left leg. Release everything down. Left knee reaches out to the left side. And then you can lift up to go deeper into your stretch. Let's release down, left leg back, tuck the toes, inhale, press up to plank, exhale, down dog. Let's step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, find your half lift. So reach forward through the crown of the head. Let's bring hands to heart. And then really pressing down into the heels, feel the glutes engage. Reach the arms alongside the ears. Press into the heels and the balls of the feet. Spread the toes wide and lift up. So hamstrings and glutes are doing most of the lifting, and then hands to heart. Let's roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. Hands come down to frame the feet. On your next breath, right foot steps back. We'll bring the right knee down, finding a stretch in the front of the right hip. Inhale to step back to plank. Exhale, slow lower down. Inhale, cobra or baby cobra. Dragging the chest forward. Exhale to release. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. On your next inhale, step the right foot forward. Left knee down, finding the stretch in the front of the left hip. On your next exhale, left foot steps forward. Standing forward, fold head down. And then inhale, arms reach forward and up. Body follows the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, let's shift the weight into the left leg. Lift the right knee up as high as you can. So lifting so much that the left glute is really engaged. And then we're going to open the right knee out to the right side. Try to keep the hips facing forward. Hands are going to come down behind the back. Now we're going to step the right foot back into the left. Find your curtsy squat. And then exhale back up to that extended to the right position. Stepping back to curtsy squat. And then up and to the right. Last one. Now we're going to cross right ankle over the left knee. We're going to start to hinge forward. So you can keep a bend in the left knee, but we're focusing on hinging forward, maybe keeping the hands at the low back. Now slowly lifting back up again. We're going to extend the right leg back and find a high lunge. Now the arms are going to reach up overhead. Tailbone reaching down. See if you can deepen the stance in the left knee a little bit more and really feel the left glute engaging. Your exhale, hands to heart, start to hinge forward to 45. We'll hold here for a breath and then lift up to warrior 3. Let's lift all the way up. Right knee comes back up into the chest, opens out to the side, and then hips turn to the right as you step back to warrior 2. So again, trying to find some depth in that left knee. We'll reach the arms out and up. Find a little bend in the right knee. Really press down into the right heel. And then you might straighten the right leg out. Let's straighten both legs. We're going to parallel the feet and then turn the toes out from each other, setting up for horse pose or goddess pose. Bending into the knees, letting the hips come down low, which is relative. Inhale, arms reach up. Deep belly breath. Full exhale. Let's do 4 more like that. Let's lift up. Straighten the legs. Parallel the feet with each other and then hinge forward. So here you might choose to keep the chest a little more lifted in order to lift the tailbone as well. Getting a deeper stretch through the hamstrings. Now turn towards the top of the mat, find your low lunge. Let's hold here. You can keep hands down. Reach arms out to the sides, forward or back. On your exhale, both hands down. Let's step the left leg back. You can bring the toes down or keep them lifted. On your exhale, slow lower down. Inhale, cobra or baby cobra. Exhale to release. Inhale, press up to plank. Exhale, down dog or 3-legged dog. On your exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release down. Let's take an extra breath in standing forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms first, alongside the ears. Rest of the body follows, hands to heart. We'll bring weight into the right leg. Lift the left knee into the chest until the right glute is really engaged. Now opening out to the left. Trying to keep the hips pointing forward. We're going to step left foot back into the right. Find your curtsy squat. And then back up and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Now we're going to cross left ankle over the right knee and just hinge forward. Hands can come down to the low back. And then lifting back up. We'll bring the left knee up into the chest again. Feel the right glute engage and then step back to your high lunge. Find as deep of a stance as you can here. Engaging through the glutes on both sides, but really pressing down into the right heel to find that. And then belly engages inward, tailbone reaches down. On your exhale, hands to heart. Shift forward to 45. Lift the left leg when you're ready for warrior 3. On your exhale, lifting up, left knee into the chest. Feel the right glute engaging and then open the left knee out to the left side, little bend in the right knee. Open the hips to the left, step back, warrior 2. Find a nice deep stance. We want to keep our heels from aligning with each other. So the right foot can step a little further out to the right side, and then the arms can float up. Let's straighten both legs. Parallel the feet, bring the heels to one plane, and then we'll turn the heels outward, lower down, and find your horse pose. This time on your inhale, arms are going to float up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, left arm reaches out to the left side, and then over to the right on your exhale. Inhale, arms come back up out to the sides as the torso lifts, and then exhale over to the opposite side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms reach up. We're going to keep the arms lifted. 2 more breaths. And then straighten the legs. Turn the toes slightly inward or just parallel, hinging forward. Get long first, so tailbone lifts behind you as the head reaches forward, and then lower down. Let's turn towards the top of the mat. Find your low lunge. Hands can stay down. Reach out to the sides or reach forward. And then hands come down. We're going to extend the right leg back. Maybe it'll stay lifted. Maybe it'll come down. On your exhale, slow lower down. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, cobra or baby cobra. Exhale to release. Tuck the toes, lift up to plank. Exhale, down dog or 3-legged dog. Step or hop halfway to the top of your mat. And then we're going to bring the knees down. Bring the forearms down. Bring your hands to opposite elbows. Make sure your fingers can wrap around your upper arms. And then hands can clasp out in front of you. Tuck the toes to lift the knees. Coming into your dolphin pose. Keep pressing into the forearms, lifting the chest up away from the ground. Or you can walk your feet forward, bring the back of your head into your hands, and then lift up to your headstand. No weight in the head or the neck. One more breath here. And then lowering down. We'll bring the knees down and press back to child's pose. Let's lift up. Come onto your back. So here, either coming into your bridge or your full wheel. We're going to start with feet just slightly wider than hip width distance. You can lift your hips up first. See how you're feeling. Make sure once the hips are lifted that the belly is really engaged still. And then if you want to come into your full wheel, hands can come under the shoulders, spread the fingers wide, and lift up. Lower down. All the way. Bring the knees into the chest. And then we're going to cross right ankle over left knee. Pull in to stretch through the back of the body and outer hips. Now let's cross the right leg all the way over. So knee to knee, and then both knees down to the left. Arms can open wide, head can turn to the right. Come back to center, left ankle over the right knee and pull in. Now gently releasing. Right foot down, cross the knees, left knee over right, and then both knees over to the right side. Open the arms wide, turn your head to the left. Let's come back to center, unravel the legs. Straighten them out, and then arms alongside the ears, let's roll up. Coming to a seat, we'll find a little bend in the knees. Bring your peace fingers to your big toes, and then start to send the tailbone back. Lengthen through the spine and hinge forward a little bit more. So if you're feeling a stretch here, great. If you're not, you might start to shift the hips back a little bit, maybe straightening the legs a little bit more until you find the stretch in the hamstrings. If the stretch is behind the knees, keep a little bend in the knees and send the tailbone back until you feel it more in the belly of the muscle. your inhale, you can lift up. We're going to come to a comfortable seat. I'm going to take actually one more stretch before we do that. So soles of the feet together, knees wide. If your low back is tight, you're going to round forward and drop your head down. Otherwise, chest is going to come down with a flat back. And then in either one, you can very gently press your elbows into your knees or your hands into your knees and go a little deeper into the outer hip stretch. Inhale to lift up. And then finding your comfortable seat. And start to bring the focus to the breath. Taking just a little bit of meditation before we find our relaxation. Notice the inhale and exhale. Try to push any other thoughts out of your mind or notice them without getting wrapped up in them. You can stay in your seated position if you really want to. Come down onto your back. Let your body relax. Start to bring some gentle movement into the fingers and the toes, into the wrists and the ankles. Take a nice long full body stretch. And then we're going to move the hips over to the right, legs and torso over to the left, just to get into the side body for a few breaths before we get up. And then back through center and over to the other side. Back to center. And in your own way, own time, come up to a seat. Bring hands to heart. Deep breath in. Full exhale out. Om Shanti. Thanks for joining today.
Yeah, thanks. That was great. Perfect.
I'm glad you